Hey kids, today's topic is the day I got diagnosed with HIV. My quick little story. So, I got diagnosed on 08 08 08. The day there were more weddings than any other day in history. It was apparently a very auspicious number, so there were mass weddings all over China that day. Up until that point, I had always taken I had always gone for blood tests every 6 months for sexual responsibility. And to be honest with you, as I said before, I'm surprised it took as long as it did because I haven't used a condom since I was 16. I don't know who I got it from. It really doesn't matter because I still have it, right? I'm undetectable now, have been for quite a few years. And if none of you know what that is, look it up. It means that I'm untransmittable. I can have unprotected sex with someone and I cannot pass on my HIV. Okay? It means I have less than 40 parts per million, meaning that is undetectable to tests. No, that does not mean that if I go somewhere and did a new test, they will know there are other antibodies in the system that allow for people to know that I still have HIV. Okay? Do your math. Science. Do your research. That's the word. Big words. Big words. Big words. So, I I was up in Dawson Creek, northern British Columbia, and I got the phone call from the doctor's office saying, "Hey, Derek, we've got your results. Can you please come back in?" And my heart sank. I knew exactly. I knew exactly. I walked past the mirror in my parents' foyer, and I have this internal dialogue with myself that just says, "Hey, this is the last time you see yourself as an HIV as a healthy man," and it stuck with me. And at that time, I drove the country road into town, got the diagnosis from my doctor. As I said before, for that I had since I was 13, and he gives me a hug and says, "Be glad it's not cancer." And he gives me a hug, as I said, and he dies of cancer a year later himself, which was quite something. I drive back and I've got this Queen song on "Don't Stop Me Now" and I'm singing it at the top of my fucking lungs, bawling my eyes out on the way home. I tell my parents and my parents are like, "We know." I'm like, "Okay, how?" And she, "We'll get to this together. You don't need to." And but the first after that is like, "You don't need to tell anybody. Nobody needs to know. You don't need to tell the family. They don't know anything, and they'll never understand." And I'm just like, "Wow, that's the support I got, eh? Okay." That's helpful. That's really helpful knowing that. And I lashed out saying, "You're not going to be any part of this journey because I'm the one that has to deal with it." I calmed down after a year or two and like everything. I was never self-destructive. It hit me. My seroconversion was like, I have a little cough, and that was my seroconversion. Seroconversion being the time when you actually start developing the disease or the virus, and it was interesting. It was interesting. Right, I called many friends and said, "Hey, this is what's going on," and a few cried. A few were like, "Wow, well, I'm here for you if you need me." And I've had an interesting journey since. But it was what hit me was the fact that my parents were well, my mom more so. She's very protective. She's very old school German. She's I wouldn't trade my mother for the world. She did exactly what she always thought was best and in my best interest, and I will always know that. But sometimes you're just like, maybe it's not the best timing for that type of guilt or worrying about shame. Maybe it's just time to support me. And the reasoning was like, we're in a little town. If people find out, we're gonna have to deal with the fallout from it, and you won't because you're no longer gonna be here. And just think about us, Derek. Think about how we feel. So I didn't tell anybody. Some of my family still don't know, and I just don't want to. I'm just too tired to keep getting in arguments with my parents or my mother more so about these sort of things. So I just haven't told anybody. But that day was something, of course, I'll never forget. As said, 08, 08, 08. It's a number you'll never forget. And to be honest with you, it made me think and reevaluate things. I went off the deep end for a while, but it made me realize that, well, I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be doing dirty things with dirty boys and dirty girls and dirty whatevers in between, and I'm still going to be me. This is not going to define me. It's just a small part of me. So there's my story. I hope you all stay safe. Have a good day. Bye.